Let's create a massive Facebook marketing campaign from scratch, shall we? Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Zach, and if you're new to the channel, learn all the secrets of the e-commerce world simply by subscribing to my channel and hitting that little bell icon so you don't miss anything. And this video is pretty exciting because I absolutely love doing stuff like this. I absolutely love going in and creating something right in front of you guys. This was awesome to do with my sample Instagram influencer shoutout post, and now I'm gonna do it for something that I feel is even more helpful, and that is Facebook marketing campaigns. So all the time you hear people talking about how you should actually run Facebook ads, but they never actually show you. And I know personally I would have absolutely loved to see somebody go in and create a campaign that I could then use to create a campaign for my own product. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is doing exactly that. I'm going to go through and create a multi-ad set campaign for a single product that I've happened to find online. It's just a crap product because this is totally just an example. I'm not actually selling this product. But I'm just going to go through step by step, show you everything that I do, show you my thought process, and you could then use this knowledge to transfer it over to your own marketing campaigns for your own Facebook page. And I'm doing this because honestly, Facebook advertising is definitely just how you're going to grow a very, very profitable and consistently successful brand, not just a flash in the pan influencer post website. It's just perfect for longevity, and if you can get a good campaign going, then you're definitely going to see a lot of success if you get a good product and a good audience. So I'm just going to give a bit of a disclaimer here. If you do this, it's not guaranteed that you're going to find a winner, okay? Your product can just suck. Yeah, pretty much your product can suck, your website can obviously suck, which would result in fewer conversions, but it's not guaranteed. However, this is the strategy that you will use to eventually find success. So it's not like every time you use this you'll find success, but if you want to find success, that's how you'll use it. It's like a rectangle is not a square, but a square is a rectangle, right? Same thing. So basically, we're just going to go into my computer, and this is going to be a long, continuous thing. I'm just going to constantly add new things, so it's going to be pretty cool. So right here, I'm on Pexta, and I just found this like crystal chakra necklace thing. I really don't see it performing that well on advertisements, but I thought it was fantastic. I got a lot of examples of different targeting that I could target for this advertisement, so I think that I'm gonna go for it. So basically, what I have here is, I say basically a lot, I need to stop doing that. So I have my Facebook Ads Manager right here. This is a brand new one. My normal one is over here. Yeah, that's my personal one. So I wanted to have a fresh new one for this video, just so I didn't have to blur out all my existing campaigns. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're here in the Ads Manager. Everything's blank. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to create an advertising campaign. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and now that we're in here, we need to choose the objective that we want. And this can go one of two ways. So you're gonna hear this a lot, and that, oh, you should definitely pick conversion campaigns, blah, 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 it's best for scaling. And I totally agree with that. However, for every niche, that's not guaranteed, and you might find a lot more success simply running PPE campaigns. The virality aspect of things could really, really help you and get you a lot more sales than if you were to be optimizing for conversions. And on both of the stores that I work on right now, my personal one and my collaborative one, both of them have seen better success with engagement advertisements, and we've run a large amount of conversion advertisements. We just have a higher ROI with the engagement. They really benefit from going viral, so that's what we do. So in this video, I mean, it's really the same thing. When you choose engagement, I'll just say this now, I'm gonna stick with conversion because that's generally the better thing to do. So I really can't tell you to do engagement or conversion one over the other because I don't know. And the main thing in this video is that you need to test. You need to test different audiences, you need to test different strategies. I can't tell you what to do because it requires a massive amount of testing to find a winning strategy. Now, before you actually get into the conversion advertisements, the one thing that you will really want to do is run engagement advertises regardless with the picture or the video that you're going to be using, and just target a bunch of different audiences. Now, these audiences are going to be vastly different, but you can look at everything in them and you can see if there's a general passion for the product that you're trying to sell, right? And this is awesome to do. You don't have to do this for very long or at a very big scale. You just launch a few PPE ads to different audiences and test and see if you're getting a good reaction to the product. If not, then I would generally go and switch the product. You can generally tell pretty easily if you have a winning product or not. So that's just the main thing right there. I'm not going to put that in this video, but you can use my targeting tactics for the conversion ads to go ahead and try those out for PPE. So like I said, I would definitely recommend if you have a new product, throw some PPE ads up, $5 a day, run it for like 2 or 3 days. For the different ads, I'd recommend about 5, and then just try them out and see how the product does, okay? But what this video is conversion. So we're gonna go ahead and create a conversion campaign. So we're just gonna name this Chakra necklace, right? And we're gonna go ahead and then it made me set up my ad account because I actually haven't set this one up yet. But here we are in the ad creation. We're creating a new ad set. So when you are doing this, we're running a conversion ad, which means, and I'm gonna kind of dumb this down in case you're a newbie at this, conversion ads optimize the more that a certain event on your website happens. So if we were to be optimizing for, let's say, purchase, the ads would optimize the more purchases that actually happen, and you need to have your pixel installed on your website to actually do this. Now, I'm not going to get too much into specifics because you guys want the nitty gritty, like actually getting in there and doing it, so this is what we're going to do. So I actually forgot that I hooked this account up to one of the clients that I work with so that they could import their products to their Facebook store. So I got to make sure I don't show that. They're not drop shipping or anything, they're a legitimate brand, but I still don't want to put their name out there. So we're just going to go down. So we're optimizing for purchase, by the way. Pretty much, I've always found that it's best to optimize for purchase. That's just the way things go. You can do add to cart or view content, but I just prefer purchase. So we're gonna go scroll down, and now here's the strategy that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna say this first, and then you're gonna see how I base all my other advertisements off of this. So this is called the shotgun strategy, and I didn't term this, I don't know exactly where it came from, but it's very, very fitting. Okay, so the shotgun strategy is basically you launch a ton of different ad sets all over the place, different audiences, different kinds of targeting, and then from there you see which ones perform the best, and then you go ahead and start scaling those up. It's a fantastic strategy, and it's a very, very quick way to quickly find a winning audience and a way to scale up your ad. So this is awesome. So basically, we're gonna go ahead and start off. I said basically again. So what we have here is the Chakra necklace. Now, pretty much, generally what I don't like to do is narrow it down by men or women. However, I know men are not going to be buying this, and you can target at them and be like, hey, buy this for your women, but this is just going to be a general ad. So I'm actually only going to target women on this. Now, if it is something that's a little bit more like a trendy product that both men and women can use, I would leave it at all and then let Facebook go ahead and deal with it, right? But right now I'm leaving it with just women. Ages, you can definitely keep it these ages, and I would for the shotgun strategy. You want to keep things as broad as possible. Now, locations. This is a big one. I always like to limit it to the US when I'm running my ads because I self-fulfill my hot items. Now, you don't have to do this, and you can actually go in and you can add more places. Like you can add the United Kingdom, wherever that is. You can add the United Kingdom, you can add Australia, Australia, I can't type, add Australia, we can add, where else, Canada. And you can just go ahead and add the big ones, or you can target worldwide, and you can just go ahead and get rid of the low converting countries such as India and Africa. And you can definitely Google that and find some of the lowest converting countries and remove them to your heart's content. When you are doing this kind of shotgun strategy, I would recommend you don't just limit yourself to the US, because worldwide targeting is definitely the future. If people aren't doing it right now, it's fantastic, and a lot of these people are not getting advertisements because a lot of people simply limit their ads to the US, and my US ads usually perform the best. However, I'd still be missing out on a lot of money if I didn't actually target these worldwide audiences. So this is fantastic. So for this ad, I'm just gonna say, okay, I'll go ahead and remove all of these again, and I'll just go ahead and show you what I mean. So I'll go world, man, I can't type when I'm on camera. I type like 90 words per minute, but okay. So worldwide, and then we're going to go ahead and go to exclude, and we're just going to go to India and Africa. Now these countries are fantastic for engagement if you're running PPE ads and you want some social proof. However, they just don't really convert, and it's kind of a waste of money. So that's why I don't advertise to these. And there's a few more, but I'm just saying that. Then we'll scroll down here to detailed targeting, and this is the big thing, and this is definitely what people really want to know how to do. So pay attention to this. So basically, what is going to happen here is we're going to target one single interest at a time, and we're going to reduce it a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean. So looking at this product, we just really have to brainstorm about what the general type of person that's buying this would be. Okay, what are their interests, where do they spend a lot of their time, what are their hobbies, all that kind of stuff. So and you don't have to like think too hard about this because you're creating a lot of ads. You can go very broad. Okay, so let's just say the first one that we're doing right here is pretty obvious. We're just going to target chakra. Okay, because it's like a chakra necklace. Now we're going to actually unclick this expand interest because that just screws things up. Okay, so 34 million people like chakra. Now, what we're going to do is, this is great, but we're going to hit this narrow, and not a lot of people do this, but it is becoming more well known. I'm not trying to pretend this is some crazy hack. What we're going to do is we're going to limit it by engaged shoppers. God, I can't type. And what happens when you limit it by engaged shoppers is now the ad is only showing to people that have actually shown intent to purchase from advertisements before. So as you can see, it's 15. If I take it off, it's 34 million. So it reduced it almost by half, which is fantastic. So this is definitely a lot more targeted. Now we're going to come down here and we're just going to go to edit placements. So you can leave it on all devices. Generally, what I've found for my main store is that mobile converts a lot better. However, you don't know that if you're just starting out, so leave it with all devices. You want to keep it very broad. Now, I always take out audience network and I always take out messenger. I always take out right column and instant articles. Now you can definitely choose with this. When I do it, I always take out Instagram because once again, that does not convert for me. Only Facebook ad feeds convert for me. However, I wouldn't have known that if I didn't test. So I would definitely leave these two. These are the highest converting ones. But you know, you'll see once you start running these ads and testing them. Okay, we're gonna come down here. $5 budget is plenty. That's going to be enough to be able to see, and don't worry. So here's the thing with conversion ads. Conversion ads do not optimize if you don't get a certain amount of conversions within a given time. However, we're not really going for optimization right at the start. We're just looking for a winning set that we can then scale up to be able to get those conversions. And you need 50 conversions a week on a single ad set for it to optimize. So if we're optimizing for purchase, we need 50 purchases a week for it to be able to optimize, which is absolutely crazy, but it's very doable if we do have a winning audience and product. So $5 a day is totally fine for testing. Go ahead and set it at that. Any more and you're really just wasting money. Conversions, 7-day click or 1-day view, that's the normal thing. And then go with the lowest cost bid strategy. You don't really need to go for target cost. And then obviously we're optimizing for conversions. Okay, so this is the main thing we have set up. As you can see, the reach is 15 million people. That's massive. But this is the shotgun strategy. We're testing these big audiences all over the place, and then we're gonna go ahead and optimize from there. Okay, and just for the example, I'm using like this clothing brand that I wanted to start up and then never got around to getting into, so that's what that is. Don't worry about that. But anyway, now that we're in the ad creation section, basically what's going to happen is we need to choose a picture to put in here. And I just went ahead and used the picture from here. That's totally fine. You can also run video ads, which actually work fantastically. Once again, I found that picture ads work better for my audience, but I only found that out through testing. So once again, test. I cannot stress that enough. So we've picked this picture. We're just going to go ahead and put whatever url.com, whatever. I know it's not real. And then go ahead and do the text. And I'm just going to do this once, and then I'm going to show you the rest of the targeting. Okay, so this first one's like pretty long compared to all the other ones. So when you're doing the text, you want to do a very, I'd say there's a formula that you want to follow. And this is the formula I always follow. So first of all, you're going to lead with a question. Then you're going to go ahead and lead with a statement. And then you're going to go ahead and lead with a link. Okay? So question statement link, more like a kind of hypothetical question or a rhetorical question, just something like, okay, so I've just gone ahead and created an example. This is very, very rough. I'd probably make it a little bit better. So let me actually switch this call to action right now to shop now. So basically I led with the question, can't get enough crystals in your life? We don't blame you, because, you know, people go absolutely bonkers for these things. Spiritual-minded women are loving these stunning pendants. So people will see that and they'll be like, oh, I'm a spiritual-minded woman. Wow. And then I just put the link there twice so they can't miss it. And then there's also the link down here at the shop now. And this is great. Now, one thing that I do really like is if you are running a video ad, it can show as a square. And the thing with that is that it fits better into the Facebook newsfeed, and it just actually has a better engagement rate. So that's one reason why videos are fantastic. Second of all, they're just more engaging when a video is actually running. So that's one thing that I'd recommend you look into. However, running these types of ads with the more rectangular style is totally fine. They definitely can work. And we're just going to run this as an example right now. So we just come over here and I just added this. I forgot to put it in earlier, so I just named it so Pink Sea Colorful Chakra Necklace, and then get yours for 50% off and free shipping. And that's, I mean, that works perfectly fine. That's how I run all my advertisements, and they convert really well. You just put the name of the product and then kind of like a call to action right here. And you're just going to basically run this a ton with a bunch of different audiences, and I'm going to show you my creation of a few different audiences in the next part. Okay, so I don't actually want to go in and create all these ads because, like I said, it's not an actual product on my store, so I have no reason to create them and then go turn them off. So I'm just going to keep going back into the audience and showing you my selection of a few of the different audiences. Now, one thing that I do want to mention, and this is a phenomenal strategy, is that basically when you do create these ads, you want to duplicate them 2 or 3 times. And generally what happens when you do that is that, I've mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, I think it was Facebook ads dying, find out why, or some reason like that, And I did mention this in one of my earlier videos. It was like, why are my Facebook ads dying, or something like that. Basically in that video I said that when you start an ad, it can hit a pocket of people that's either really good or really bad. And if you have a good targeting but it hits a bad pocket of people right at the start, you will end up killing that ad, and then you're gonna just miss out on a fantastic audience. So a way to avoid that is to make a few duplicates of the same audience, so that it has a much better chance of actually hitting a good pocket of people and optimizing from there and actually performing as a winning ad set, instead of hitting a bad pocket of people and then you just immediately kill it, right? So that ad that I just made, I would probably duplicate that, I'd say 1 other time, but you can do 2 if you want to get a little bit crazy. So that's definitely an awesome strategy. But anyway, here we are. We're just going to go ahead and create another one. So I already did chakra. Is spirituality in here? Spiritual reading. Spirituality, 121 million. Boom, we're at 40 million people. Now that's a little big. And now I'm actually going up and I'm adding a few more countries that really don't convert. So I went up here, I added South America, and I'm also going to add Mexico. Because both of these, they just really do not purchase that much, and it's just kind of a waste. So we're down to 30 million, which is very large, but we can just go ahead and run with that. That's totally fine. And these are definitely more of the broad ones. We will add a few more specific ones. So that's a totally fine one. We'll go ahead and run this with the same exact title, the same caption. Everything is the exact same. We're just changing up the targeting, right? So I'd create this, I'd get 1 or 2 copies of these. Okay, let's go ahead and think of what else these people that are buying these actually like. Let's think, generally if they're like spiritually minded and that's the type of people that would buy this, they like meditation and Zen, right? So if I were to put meditation in here, that's definitely one. That brings us down to 25 million. We can go ahead and do one of those. Let's think what else, Zen. What I definitely like to do is start a little bit bigger and then go down. Zen is 8 million, that's a fantastic number as well. And those are just a few right off the top of my head, and I'm going to show you how exactly I go in and find some other ones. So what other kind of characteristics do these people have? Well, I'd say they're peaceful people. So we'll go ahead and type in, oops, God, once again, I cannot type. We'll type peaceful, and we'll see what's in here. So world peace, probably not. Peaceful coexistence, peace movement, that's interesting. How many people are in that? 290,000. It's an option. It's a lot smaller than I generally like to do, but we could totally run that and see how it goes. That might be the perfect pocket of people that we want to target. I mean, 290,000 is actually right in the range of a very, very solid conversion audience. Like, that's a very specific amount of people, so that could work totally fine. So I'd probably launch one of these. Okay, now I just searched peace. Let's see what else comes in. Peaceful mind, peaceful life looks very interesting. 860,000 people, that is a fantastic number. We'll go ahead and run this, and I feel like these people would be fantastically interested in this product right here, so definitely run this. And now generally when you have audiences that are under 1 million, you don't really need to duplicate them as much as you need to duplicate the ones that have the huge audiences. However, I still would probably duplicate this once just to be safe, because testing, you're going to spend a lot of money, but it's going to pay off ridiculously when you do find the winning pockets. So yeah, I'd probably run this and make a duplicate of it. I like this trend. Let's go in here, peace. Probably one more of them. Probably not world peace. Peace movement? Could that work? 290,000. I don't know if I just did this one or not. Okay, but there's another one. Let's say crystal. People that love crystals are definitely gonna love this because it's like a crystal necklace. So, the crystals, I think that's a band. Crystal. Here we are. Boom, 20 million people. That's massive, but if anybody likes crystal, they've got to like these, right? It's just a crystal pendant, so that could work totally fine. We'll go ahead and do that. Now, I do know that these people like crystal healing. I know that's a big thing. Okay, so crystal healing comes out to 16 million. That's a good amount. And then we'll go ahead and probably add one or two more. Now, you can definitely do competitors. I can't really think of any off the top of my head because, you know, I'm not a big fan of crystal jewelry myself. But let me just try and think. Who would... Anthropology? I know that store. Now, how do I spell that? Oh, there it is. Anthropology. I feel like people that shop at this store would really enjoy this product. And I think the potential reach is a little messed up because there's 11 million people that like Anthropology and 15 million people fit within my thing. So I think that might be a little screwed up. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do this one as well. And let's say one more competitor. Let's just say, who makes jewelry? I know Alex and Ani is a pretty good one. They don't make a lot of crystal stuff, but I feel like people that like them. 1.5 million, that's a very good amount. And we'll go ahead and make an ad for that. So by the end of this whole ad creation thing, what I've actually done is I've gone ahead and created about 30 separate ad sets, running at about $5 a day. Now, I know you're gonna be like, Zach, this is absolutely insane. Why are you doing so many? And you don't have to. Now, the benefit to doing so many is that you can find a winner a lot faster. And it takes out a lot of like the whole testing. When you just go in and bulk make a ton of these and you duplicate a few of them, you're reaching such a large amount of people at once that after only 2 or 3 days, you're gonna find the winners. And the way that you're gonna find the winners is you're going to, first of all, you need to find your break-even point for your product. So say you're selling these necklaces at $20, right? And you're running a $5 a day ad. And you're making $15 profit on the necklace, right? Well, an ad can run for 3 days and get one sale and you've broke even because you spent $15 on the ad, but you made $15 on the necklace. Now, if anything is under the break-even point after 2, 3, or 4 days, cut the ad entirely. Just dump it, get rid of it, maybe add a new one, but if you have a ton of ads, then just keep going down. But if they're above the break-even point and they're making you sales, then keep them around a little bit, consider it, let it run a little bit longer and see how it goes. Eventually, you're gonna have just a little handful of winning ads that are above this break-even point, where you're making just a little bit of profit, or a lot of profit maybe, but even just a little bit of profit, you're like, okay, this is awesome, let me scale it up. What you're then gonna do is you're gonna duplicate that ad, and you're gonna run it at the same budget, okay? However, on this budget, you're gonna slowly increase it because you have the winning ad already. You don't really want to get rid of that, but when you duplicate it, you'll start at $5 a day, okay? You'll let it run for about 24 hours. After 24 hours, you're gonna raise it about 20%. Okay, so $5 is going to go up to $6, and then it's go up to about $7, and then probably about $9, and then you're just going to go up 20% every 24 hours. And that's, I found, a very healthy amount to raise the ad budget without it screwing up the optimization. Now, when you're slowly increasing these budgets, what you want to make sure is that you want to make sure your cost per conversion is not scaling through the roof. You don't want, I mean, if it was a winning ad set, you're getting under $15 spent per purchase. If it's jumping up to like 20, 25, 30, you should definitely consider scaling it back down and letting it run and not scaling it up if the CPC, cost per conversion, gets higher. So it's definitely kind of a waiting game to see if the ad always stays within your break-even point, and if it's staying within that or even exceeding your expectations, then you scale it up the next day. If it's still doing it, scale it up the next day. And you always have to be observing. So that's the main strategy with the shotgun. It's constantly observing and testing out different things. Now, one thing is that, oh, we're running the Crystal thing, right? It had like 30 million people in it. Let's put that in here. So Crystal, okay? Yeah, there's 20 million people in here. I probably wouldn't want to run an ad for Crystal with 20 million people, right? That's kind of massive. So let's say this one was doing really well though, like we were a little bit past our break-even point, or a little bit under our break-even point, so we're totally fine. Now, what was another one that we were doing? Let's say meditation. Let's say we're running the meditation one, and this one was also within our break-even point. We were making a little bit of money off of it. Now this is awesome. Now what you can do is you can actually go ahead and stack interests, because we found that people within this audience and people within the other audience were working really, really well. So we're like this. They like meditation, they like engaged shoppers, and they also have to like crystals, okay? So when we put that in there, boom, that comes down to 6.3 million people. That is about 1/3 of the size. However, it's a very, very targeted group of people, because we found that people in meditation really like it, and we found that people in Crystal really like it. So combining them can only really work that well. And we'll make a couple duplicates of this, and we'll even try some different combinations. But once you've found kind of the winning interest that gets really, really good results, play around with that. Try out different things within it. And that's how you're really going to find those specific audiences. Now, I know you're saying, Zach, this is absolutely crazy. How am I expected to do this? Well, if you want to succeed, this is how you do it, okay? You never know who exactly to target. You may think, you're like, oh, I could just target this person, I'll be fine. No, that's not how it works. It takes a ridiculous amount of testing to find a winning audience, and this is how you're going to do it very, very quickly and very, very accurately without really discounting audiences that could potentially be awesome. You're just not handling it correctly, right? So this is how you're going to do it, the shotgun method. What I always recommend is about 20 to 30 ad sets total. Have those run for about 2 to 3 days, and then start looking at results and then scaling up from there, taking ad sets down, and just seeing how things go. Now, these videos are always hard to make because it really, really varies per product, per audience that you're doing. So I can't give like all-encompassing information too much. However, this is the strategy that pretty much everybody that's successful with Facebook ads uses, and it's something that if you can really get it done and you can really nail the strategy, you will see success after some time. It may not be instant. You may have to do a couple loads of the shotgun. However, you will eventually find the winning audience to target, and this is really how you're going to do it, guys. So this was such a long video, but I hope you really got a lot out of it. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll be sure to help you out. But hey, if you want to learn how to make a profitable Shopify business, I have a link to my course down in the description below. I also have a link to a free 14-day Shopify trial down there if you want to go ahead and get things started. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed what I said and how I said it. Check out those videos over there if you want more ideas for what to watch, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.